Okay, hello everyone. I just gave a few minutes so that people join. Some people have habit to be a little bit late, so I just gave them the time so they don't miss any information. So, hello everyone. Yes, the chat is, you can now chat, exactly. So hello. How are you today? Sunday night. I hope you had a great day. Never been better. Amazing, Stephanie. Great. So let's start with the most important question. Which country are you watching from? Okay, let's start. So we have Algeria, UAE, Dubai, Lebanon, Canada, Dubai, Slovakia, Lebanon, Iraq, Ghana, Qatar, USA, Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Hello, Elsie. Very good. So we have like 10 countries, 11. I didn't count them. Great. So today's topic, so let me just talk to the Instagram people. If you want to see the PowerPoint, I just uploaded the story with the link of the Zoom link. Go to my last story, click on the link so you can join me on the Zoom, okay? So today's topic is a very, very controversial topic, a topic that if you ask 100 people, which I did, personally, I asked on different social media platforms and different Facebook groups the question, how to be rich? I mean, really, I asked really, what's the answer? Okay. And to be honest, the answers were like different answers. And I used those answers as questions when I promoted this call. Okay. So like, do we need capital to be rich? Do we need connections, network to be rich? Do we need to be in a different country to be rich? Do we need a job, a good job to be rich? Do we need to save to be rich? Do we need to invest to be rich? Do we need to, every person, we need to create an app to be rich. We need to build a startup to be rich. So there was a lot of answers, different answers, or the most famous, you need to do illegal things to be rich. So, or you have to be a politician to be rich. So, or your father should be rich. You should be lucky. So there was a lot of answers. And it should be a very simple question. Let me say it should be a very simple answer. And that is the question that came to me when I was in my early 20s. When I was in my early 20s, I started to have this question in my head, which I realized also that majority don't even ask that question to themselves. If you are here today, mainly because you have that question in your head, how to be rich. And the people who didn't join this call, even though they saw the flyer, even though they knew about this call, and they are not here, mainly because they're not even asking themselves that question, how to be rich. And one of the main reasons is that they don't see it as a possibility for them. Or let me say it like this. They don't believe it's a science. They don't believe that 1 + 1 = 2. It happens also in how to get rich. There is a process. There is a steps. And anybody can be rich. So it starts by asking this question, a very important question. Very, very important. Because why it's so important? First of all, we have one life, right? And let's choose. In this one life, we want to be poor or we want to be rich? Or let me say it like this. We want to be poor, we want to be middle class, or we want to be rich? If you have one choice, let's say God, whatever you believe in, came and said, okay, before you are born, before I give you life, okay, you have one choice. Poor, middle class, rich. Choose. Write in the chat. Imagine this situation. Rich, right? So let's say you're unlucky and you were born poor or middle class family, in a not rich. Shouldn't we ask the question how to get that? Because I choose that. I prefer that I was born in a rich family, but it turned out I'm not. I don't personally believe in luck, by the way. The only thing I believe in luck is the family we are born in. Okay? So, because it's not in our control, right? So we were born because our parents decided to do something, and we are born in this family. Okay, so we can't choose parents, and we can't choose the house that we are born in, and we can't choose the environment or the country, but we can change that situation. So it starts by asking the right questions. How? How can I change? And it turned out, and this question I started asking myself, and let me tell you why majority don't even ask, and I asked myself this question, and I started to dig and search. Well, maybe mainly the questions you ask yourself or the thoughts you have in your head is mainly by the things that you see in your life, especially as a kid, okay? And I had two influences. Two things influenced me to ask this question. One, I was in a school where I had friends who were kids of rich people. And I went to their houses. And I saw what they were, and I saw how they live, and I saw how their parents even raised their kids. And I saw the difference. And I preferred that. Got it? So I saw something more beautiful. I saw something more fun. I saw something more availabilities than the no's in my house, which made me not ask anymore. So that influenced me, that there is maybe a possibility I can be like them. Two, when I was working with my dad, we used to sell antiquities, 19th century, 18th century furniture and decoration. The people who buy those pieces are rich people. And I was at the minimum once a week, used to go to those houses. In the same time, my dad used to say, and the media and the people around me used to say, me being from Lebanon, they used to say, the situation in Lebanon is not good. There's no money. Economy is bad. I'm not talking in the last 2 years, guys. I'm talking 2000s and early 2010s. So mainly, I was seeing those houses in Lebanon, and I was seeing those people in Lebanon, and I was seeing those people rich and have money in Lebanon, even though everybody was telling me around us that you can't, the situation is bad. So this is when also I started to have this how question, how those people are living in Lebanon and have this luxury life while everybody's saying you can't. And the best solution is to quit this, leave this country. Third place I started to have those questions is in the shop of my dad. In the shop of my dad, I was, it was on the highway. And this highway, usually the shops are, rent of those shops are very expensive. But we were there just because, not because my dad can afford it, just because it was an old contract. And there are rules in Lebanon where there's old contracts you don't need to pay with the price of rents now. Unfortunately for the owners of the shops, it was a bad situation. Luckily for us, it was a good situation. But I knew the rents of those shops on the highway. They were like 50,000 a year, 25,000 a year. It's more than minimum, more than 20,000 a year. And we were paying only 5,000. So while I was trying to push my dad, I studied marketing in university. I was trying to push my dad to invest on marketing. And always my dad's answer was like, it's not the right time. It's not the right situation. I was seeing other companies opening up shops in the same situation and have clients more than us, and selling things that are much cheaper than us with a much lower profit margin, like shoes, like bread, and still managing to live rich. Like they were having a great business, successful business in Lebanon, while we were like always, there's no, the situation is bad, we can do it, we can do it, we can do it. And the funniest, when I started to ask the questions, I was asking my dad. I was asking the wrong person. How can we live like them? And I remember very well, one day we were going out of a client's house. It was a great villa, beautiful villa. And we left that house. And I asked my dad, how can we live like that? How can we become like them? I thought he knows the answer. And this is what he told me. And this is an answer I can tell you that every community, poor class or middle class, have an answer like this. Okay? Me being originally Armenian, my dad answered this. Well, those people are from Lebanon. We are originally from Armenia. We came to those lands. We don't have lands. Turkish people stole our lands. Those Lebanese people have lands from their grandfather and father. They can sell one piece of land and they can build this villa. Okay, so that was the answer of my father. So I thought, as an Armenian, I cannot do that. In the same time, all the Lebanese people say that Armenians are the best in business. So there was a contradiction, like which one is right, you know, which one is right? Is my dad saying the truth, or the Lebanese people say the truth? And something was wrong. So there's a lot of conflict of ideas about how to be successful, how to be rich. There is a lot of, and also in Lebanon, there's different communities of religions, and each one says that those people, they have that, we don't have this. Those people, they have that, we don't have this. In USA, African Americans, they say the white people have no more privileges. A white will say now, oh my God, the Mexicans are taking our jobs. They always blame the other community why they are not successful, okay? So all those questions I had, but what I'm trying to tell you is that it starts by asking the question, how to be rich? I had that curiosity. I needed to know the answer, okay? And that's the first step. Once you ask that question, your mind starts searching for and seeing things differently, okay? My dad was not seeing things like me because he never asked that question to himself. I was asking the question. So that took me to the age of 26. And the age of 26, I saw one short 10 minutes video. And that video was Robert Kiyosaki's video. That is, he was explaining, the writer of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he was explaining about there's 4 ways we can make money in this life: employee, self-employed, big business owner, or investor. The employee and self-employed, they work for security, and the big business and investor, they work for freedom. Once I heard this, I knew that I had my first answer. After years of asking that question, I heard my first right answer. The way to be successful, I need to be rich. I need to be a big business owner and investor. And that took me to a personal development journey and self-learning, traveling to workshops, trying to find the answer from many successful people. And once I started reading that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which I highly recommend to any person, I started asking those clients the question instead of asking my dad. Put this in your mind. Before you bring the programming of the society, when you see somebody doing a business, trying to be successful, opening a shop, opening a mall, whatever, okay? Try to stop the brain when it says, oh, I'm sure he's stealing, or I'm sure he has a political connection, or I'm sure he's whatever, those stupid programming. And why not just go ask? to check. Yeah, maybe there are rich people unethical and there are ethical. There are people who their parents were successful and there are people their parents weren't successful and they made it. Their success road, they found it their way. There are, even in the rich community, there's everything. So you should ask. And that's what I did. I started asking those clients. Those clients, yeah, when I used to go to their villas, to their houses. And my dad was getting annoyed that I was asking them. He was telling me, stop doing that. I didn't care. I wanted to know. And you know what I discovered? 90% of my clients, I went to their houses and asked that question. 90% started from zero. And they didn't sell a land. they didn't sell a land. Okay. So, and there's some common things I discovered, which made me focus on what I should do next. What's the next step? What's the next step after that? What's the next step after that? So why I have to talk about this, I don't want to talk about this a lot because I still didn't do my first $1 million a year. I was able to reach 620,000 a year. That's my best year ever. Okay. But I'm on my way. And what I'm going to train you today is not me teaching you how to be rich. I'm just going to bring one of the best trainers of business now in the world, one of the best teachers, one of the best coaches, one of the best, I would say, businessman who is really giving everything he knows. So you can go through the journey of getting rich. And this person is Mr. Grant Cardone. And I'm a licensee of Grant Cardone with his brand 10X. Okay. So I'm learning from him. And that is something very important to do. And I will talk about the steps. So he will tell you, and I'm going to share to you what he said, how to be rich. Okay. So first of all, what I'm going to share to you today, it's from a booklet, which you can buy it, get it, read it for free. I don't know, but I would highly recommend you to go through it. It's a booklet. It's not a book. It's a booklet. What's the difference? It's smaller. Okay. So it doesn't take a lot of your time if you don't like to read, but you have that question, how to be a millionaire, get the book, read it, listen to it. I don't know. Okay. Get more details more than what I'm going to share today. Okay. So Grant Cardone now is a multi-millionaire. He has valuation assets of a billionaire, let's say, because he has more than 2 billion assets in real estate. And he has successful 7 companies. And in the last 2 years, he grew to much more different companies now. He's growing. And the best thing about him is that he's not selfish. He likes to share. He likes to teach. He likes to learn. He likes to give his journey. So you understand his journey. I'm going to share a little bit of a story. He didn't have a successful father. He had a dead father. His father died at the age of 10. Okay. So he didn't have a father. Let me say this. So his father died at the age of 10. And his mother didn't know how to bring income because she was a housewife until the father died suddenly. And so they were living in a very poor situation, very, very poor. They were 4 brothers or sisters, I think. And he was living in a very poor area, which also attracts a lot of bad habits for the young generation there. So he became a drug addict. And it reached to a point where he had to go through therapy. He had to go through, I don't know I forgot what they call it. The drug addicts, they go somewhere for rehab. Okay, thank you. Rehab. Okay. Yeah. So he had to go through rehab at the age of 24. And after rehab, he decided, no more. I'm not going to stay like this. I'm ruining my life. I'm ruining everything. And then he took, because he wasn't finding jobs, because in his resume, it's clear that he didn't have a great life and also rehab and addiction. So he wasn't finding good jobs. So what he did is he didn't even finish, he didn't go to university even. Okay. So he got a job of selling cars, because usually in sales, you will always find jobs. And once he got by chance his first commission, he got obsessed about selling more. So he started learning how to sell more. And once he was started learning how to sell more, he started going through this personal development journey. And when you go this personal development journey, you start reading books and workshops of successful people. And this is where the mind starts to learn more, that you can have more possibilities than just selling. So he got obsessed about growing and growing, and he became the best salesman in that company, which turned him into to be the trainer of the sales team. And then after that, he decided to be independent, no more a job, and training sales of cars for other car dealership companies. And he, for 20 years, 25 years, he was selling, he was doing training for selling cars for all the car dealership, most of the car dealerships in Canada and USA. He used to travel 200 days in a year to do workshops. 2010, he decided, especially after he got married, he was like, I cannot live like this. I want to stay next to my family. I want to grow. I want to stay with my kids. If they're going to grow, I want to be next to them. This is not a life. And this is when he decided to 10x his life. And that's when he wrote the book, the 10x rule, which was his plan for the next 10 years. And mainly what he did with after that, he completely changed his life and also the lives of many, because first of all, he created, instead of him going to companies, he created an online university for all the companies, not only car selling. And two, he created workshops, events to help and to cover the gap that there is now in the world, which is everybody wants to be entrepreneurs. Everybody, salary is not enough anymore. There's inflation like hell. And but the road to entrepreneurship, everybody will answer differently. So what he did, he created a roadmap, phases of entrepreneurship. And for every phase, he created a platform, a way so that the person can, between university, knowledge, workshops, coaches, trainers, to help them grow in the entrepreneurial journey. Okay, so this is how also he became very famous. He invested a lot on also social media and marketing, so that now he's very, very, very famous person. So he will teach you how to become a millionaire. Okay. Now, the first lesson, it always starts with mindset. Getting rich is not a fantasy. Always starts. We have to fix the philosophies in the head first before the technicalities. Okay? Getting rich is not a fantasy. It is available for everyone. But you should learn how to. Okay? You think it's hard because it's not taught. That's the main reason. Okay? If they teach you in school how to be rich, I wish they should add this course, honestly. They should add this course instead of learning why the German were angry from France and they did the First World War. So instead of learning that, they should teach us how to be rich, right? So, but they don't. And this is the first lesson. Anything hard in your life, you think it's hard, it means equals to. I'm a logical person. I like to make it mathematical. Okay, complicated things in life. As I said, getting rich is 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, there are steps. So hard means there is a missing knowledge. That's what it means. Okay, a simple example, let me give you. Have you ever rode a bike when you were a kid? Do you drive a car? At the beginning, it was hard, right? At the bike, you were falling at the beginning when they removed the 2 small tires, right? So, but then Somebody told you, do this, do that, and then you started driving alone. Same for car. First, somebody taught you, this is what it does here, this is what it does here, this is this, and then you practice, and now you don't even think about it when you drive. It became a skill. Okay, so anything hard, we have the ability as human being with this brain to make it easy by learning, by studying it. Anything. Now, which hard you want to study? That's a very important question. So there's many things hard in this life, which means that we need to study it to make it easy. Why not study how to get rich and make it easy? Got it? So in case you're asking who's this guy, that's Grant Cardone when he was young. Okay, so not so sexy as he is now. I don't know. What's your style? So next. So if we're going to study how to be rich and make it easy, turn the hard thing into easy, where do we get the advice? From where? From who we learn? That is the second most important question you should ask yourself. From who I should learn how to be rich? Okay? And the answer is, first of all, never take the advice from a quitter. A person who quit on working on financial freedom, a person who quit on growing and is working on settling, a person whose only goal is to be from the middle class, only cover expenses, a person whose only goal is to find a good job, is not somebody you take an advice how to be rich. Got it? Even if you love them, even if they love you, love is something, your success is something else. Okay? Like some people tell me, like, I want to be successful, I want to build a business, but my husband is against it. Your husband, yeah, you love him, I got it. But love is something else, your career is something else. Your goals are different things. My parents, yeah, they love you, they want to protect you from challenging things in life. But you cannot grow if you don't do mistakes. So keep the parents keep it a relation of parenting and support sometimes, but you take control of your future. Same for the partner in life. Don't take advice from partners in life just for everything. You should have an advisor for every area of your life. And I have that. I created that in my life. If there's an uncomfortable situation that I can't control, I have a friend who is a psychologist. I always ask her, because she knows better communication and understanding, putting myself in the other person's shoes. I always ask her when I have an uncomfortable situation. If I need business advice, I'll ask Grant. I'll check with Grant Cardone and his team. If I have, if I need the legal advice, I'll ask my lawyer. I wouldn't ask a banker. If I need financial advice, I wouldn't ask an employee in finance. I would ask a successful person in finance. And the funniest people are people who come and tell me, I'm going to do this business decision, or I'm not going to take this business decision because I asked my friend who is a banker. Respect to the bankers, but understand who you're asking the question. If you want to achieve big goals, you have to ask the people who have already achieved big goals, or learn from them if they provided you already that knowledge. So that's what I did from the age of 26. I started studying successful people. I started learning from them, reading their books, even though I hate books until now, but I do it because all of them said, read books. So I have to read. Okay, I don't have a choice if I want to succeed. Okay, so get a millionaire mentor. That's what Grant tells you. Get a millionaire mentor, not somebody who has a good job, has a good position. We're talking about getting rich here, guys. We're not talking about getting your life a little bit better. Okay, so if you want that, you need to have a millionaire mentor. Most of us were brought up middle class or poor and then hold ourselves to the limits and ideas of that group. I have been studying millionaires to duplicate what they did. Get your own personal millionaire mentor and study them. Most rich people are extremely generous with their knowledge and their resources. And I highly advise you, if you know somebody rich in your family, in your extended family, in your, I don't know, connections somehow from work, maybe your boss is very rich, I don't know. Highly advise you, tomorrow, go ask them. I want to be rich. Can you tell me what I should do? I can tell you, not every day somebody's asking them that question. And they will respect you. And they will give you that time. And they will give you the shortcut. Highly recommendable. Okay? So, 1, 2. Study a millionaire. There's also people who don't know how to study. So let me explain what it means by study a millionaire. When I study a millionaire, I study always how they started. Why? Because this is where you are. If you study what he's doing now, you cannot duplicate it. Because he went through a path of growing his mind, growing his skills. You cannot copy what he's doing now, but you can copy where he started, because the phase of success, there's phases, and you have to know where you belong, exactly which phase now. And I'm going to show you a graph that explains which phase you are now. But you have to be honest with yourself. This is where I am comparing to his life. Now, if I personally compare my life where I am now to Grant's life, I would be in the stage where he was doing workshops for companies. And I will study how he shifted into, leveraged himself into duplication with other people. He created a team, plus he created online universities, online courses. This is what I'm studying now, part of his life. And that's my next step. And also he invested on marketing, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So that's where I am now if I compare it with Grant. Now, if you're not even selling anything, the first lesson you should take from his life is he took a sales job and he studied how to sell more. We're going to talk about this. But understand, you don't need to follow Grant life. But what I mean, studying somebody successful is mainly studying all the areas of his life, not one course, not one book. Another advice Grant says, maximum choose 2 mentors, not more. Don't make yourself get lost. Don't study in the same time Gary Vee, John Maxwell, Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, or any other, Peter Thiel, Elon Musk. You're reading them all, you're following them all on social media, no problem. Check what they say, Bradley and many others. Okay? Check what they say daily, it's okay. But when you study means you should know everything he teaches. You should read all his books. Choose 2, maximum. I personally can't choose 2. I choose 1. And I get everything from that person, and then I move on to another mentor. That's what I did. I chose Eric Worre for years, and I learned everything from him, and I moved to Grant Cardone to learn everything from him. Got it? So why I decided to be a licensee? Not for the money. Because I want to reprogram my mind and study everything Grant does so that I can talk like him, think like him, take decisions like him. And if I do that, my life will change. So I'm studying all his university. I'm studying all his businesses. I'm studying all his life decisions. So I can reprogram my mind to him. And this is a very important advice if you want to get rich. Why? Because the programming that we have from our society, I wasn't born in a rich family. And that is programmed. And we will start taking decisions based on this. I need to remove that. I need to delete that. How do we delete the old programming? By replacing it with new programming. And how do you do that? By repetition of the new ideas. It will automatically delete the old one and replace with the new. And you start being a different person, and people feel that. People feel you're different and you're more confident. So anyway, by the way, what I just shared with the mind, it's an autopilot. It works like that. And if you're not aware what you are programming, putting in your head on autopilot, honestly, you're downloading what your friends are saying, what the media you're watching, the social media you are seeing, your parents, anything that they are talking around you is being downloaded anyway. And that's becoming your truth now. And that's why people say, I cannot be rich. That's why people say my life will not be better, because you're hearing people around you and your mind is on autopilot and hearing the same things over and over and over again. And what I did is I started programming my mind on the lessons and the teachings and the guidance of people who are multimillionaires. This is a very important step on your way to get rich, because everything is in the mind. Your whole problems of life is from the mind. Don't blame somebody else. It's what's programmed there. And it's in your control to remove what is programmed until now. Okay? So the first step, we said it's not a fantasy. You have to learn it. From where do you learn it? You learn it from a millionaire. Next step is you need to take a decision. Is it a must or is it a choice? That's a very important decision. Is it a must for me to be a millionaire? Is it a must for me to be rich? Or is it just a choice? So the decision that you have to take is, I'm going to become very, very rich. It's a decision. Settling for middle class life is the compromise and selfish, because we have a brain that can achieve more. They can learn more. They can grow every day. This brain can grow every day. The programming can grow every day. And not doing more and not being rich is selfish. You know why? Because when you're rich, you help many. Not only your family. So Grant says it's selfishness if you only focus on middle class. You're just settling. The first step is decide and then lose your middle class mind. See, I was talking about that, the mind. So you have to lose the middle class mind. That's one of the reasons why you are not successful now. Not the country, not the situation, not the jobs, not the parents, okay? There is a mind blocking you to move forward. You have ideas. How many people you had ideas that will blow? Wow, it can make you rich, but you didn't do anything about it. Mainly it's because the mind blocked you, stopped you. Because there's a middle class mind there, all programmed. It's like you're using the new software of the iPhone iOS on Microsoft Windows 95. Doesn't work, right? It doesn't work. So you need to prepare the mind to be successful. So it takes decisions accordingly, without fear, with the full confidence. Okay? Lose your defenses. Take your no risk thinking. That's what you need to have. What it means by defenses. Defenses are the blocks I was telling you. The mind will always defend anything new. And that's why you need to change that mindset. Be open for opportunities. Be open for trying and taking risks. And always whenever a sign that your defenses are stronger than your decisions or your heart is whenever somebody tells you, let's do something new, let's go out, let's do something, there's always a no at the beginning. No, always a fear of the change. The mind is, the programming is controlling you instead of you lead with your heart. And those people are the least happiest people. If you lead with your heart, your gut feeling, not your mind, you control your mind, you control that software however you want for your goals, for the direction of your goals, then you're in control of your future. So daily affirmations is one of the ways to control your mind, remove that middle class mindset, reading books every day, at least 7 pages, 5 pages a day, listening to workshops, studying, anything. I said, what is hard, you can remove it by learning, okay? So don't stop learning how to be more successful. If you quit on that, yes, it will be hard, okay? So this is how you can prepare your mind for the challenges that will come when you decide to be successful, okay? Yes, there are challenges. And anything, there are challenges. You can be poor in challenges, you can be rich in challenges. Both of them have challenges, okay? Don't run away from challenges because challenges will always come to your life. You cannot run away from them, but you have to be prepared for the challenges. Got it? There's no settling in this life. Life is not stable. There's ups and downs. Anyway, you cannot control that, but you can control that you'll be ready for downs. So after the decision and meanwhile working on the mind, you need to do millionaire math. This is something that people don't do. Millionaire, wow, it's hard because you never did the math. You never did the math. What it takes to make $1 million, okay? How many ways I can collect $1 million? There are many ways, not one way, okay? Let's give some examples here. This is an example of 10 ways to make $1 million a year, okay? And by the way, this is something I didn't know. They call people millionaire, whoever does $1 million a year. Some people think that they need to have 1 million in their account. No, they call somebody millionaire if he makes an income of 1 million a year, okay? So, so let's do the math. $2,740 per day for 365 days will make you a millionaire. So in a day, you should make $2,740. $114 per hour, every hour of the year, will make you a millionaire. 5,000 people buy $200 product or service in a year will make you a millionaire. 2,000 people buy a $500 product or service a year will make you a millionaire. 10,000 people buy a $100 product or service in a year will make you a millionaire. And 1,000 people buy a $1,000 product or service in a year will make you a millionaire. 5,000 people, if they pay $17 a month, it will make you a millionaire. 2,000 people, if they pay $42 a month, will make you a millionaire. 1,000 people pay you $83 a month, will make you a millionaire. Or $1 million in one deal. Okay, that's one of the ways. And there are many other ways based on what you sell, based on what you do, based on what you're going to do. You have to do the calculation. You have to make it clear. Okay, what's my target? Millionaire. I want to be rich. Okay, so if I'm going to sell this, how much should be the price? That's the price. Okay, so how many clients I need in a year? And you do the plan accordingly, how to get those clients. You don't know, it's hard. Somebody has the solution. Google it. Okay, somebody did a workshop about it. Somebody did a YouTube video about it. Somebody did a training about it. What amazes me is that people don't even ask a search for the challenges you are facing now. They don't search for solutions. They wait somebody else gives them the solution. Yeah, just screenshot it. Take a screenshot. Okay, next. So do the math, create possibility, then create strategy. Understand the road? It's do the math, create the possibility, then let's work on the strategy, how to do it. Okay? This is the sticky notes example, which he explains that he wanted to prove that if anything in our life, we should do million, okay, a million. So he said to his team, let's go to all the shops that sell sticky notes and let's buy 1 million sticky notes, okay? And they saw the team that it's possible. So they went everyone collecting, informing each other, hey, I got this much, I got this much, I got this much. And they gathered them all in one wall, 1 million sticky note, okay? Just to show to this team that, okay, see how you should think? There is a way, always, for any goal that you put. $1 million is the goal. Okay, 1 million sticky notes is the goal. Let's go search. So that's the same way. Next. So the first step, let's start now practical. We took the decision. We were working on the mindset. And the first step that I heard all the answers when I did the study 2 days ago, 3 days ago, how to be rich, everyone was answering differently. I have to do startup. I have to turn an idea into reality. I have to build an application. I have to leave the country. I have to steal. I have all. No one said the first step. And when I was doing the study with the rich people, I saw that pattern. I saw that common ground. They were all not in a good financial situation, but they did something similar, all of them. They sold something. They did something to raise their income. They weren't searching for capital. They weren't searching for, no, it's not the capital. It's not money that makes you more money. It's skills that makes you money. And which skills makes you more money? Selling. Because selling is in your control. You can grow your income. So, and many people run away from selling. Why? Maybe they had one personal experience of selling something didn't work well, because you did without knowledge how to sell. Or somebody sold you in an unprofessional way that you hated that person and you say that I don't want to be like him. Again, that's the root of generalization. That's the biggest mistake in the world we do, generalization. One bad experience, we generalize that all of them are the same. Okay? While I'm telling you, you want to be rich, the first step, no matter which tool you're using. Tool, I mean the business, the product, the service, the company, the country. Those are all tools, environments. But the step that anyone can do is selling. Selling the tools. So any tool, it doesn't matter. What you really should understand is that you should focus on increasing your income. And one of the best way to increase your income that you have control, and not somebody gives you a raise, not somebody gives you a better job, not somebody gets you more clients. You should learn how to get clients in your life. And you should master it. That's the first step. So that's why to increase your income should be a priority, daily priority. The first step, wherever you are in the world now, whatever you do, you need to increase your income. So before I tell you how and what, let me tell you what Grant says about this. Quit nagging and crying about your income. That's the first step. Okay? Quit nagging and crying. The situation is bad. It's not enough. No. Stop it. Because anything you're focusing on is not in your control will not make your life better. You should focus on things that you can be in control. Nagging about the economic situation, the inflation, the politicians, what they did, the government, every day. There's one guy in a Facebook group where I asked this question a few days ago about sales, about how to be rich. Okay. And yesterday I put the flyer. If you want to learn, come. Yeah, I was using it as a marketing strategy, and I was trying to filter who in this group is entrepreneurial mindset. Okay. So one guy wrote under the flyer, commented, I knew it. You are trying to sell using this group to sell your dubious trainings, lying to people and take their money. This is clearly you're a scammer. I don't know what. So I replied, well, I'm trying. I'll let you know how it works. Okay. But what I did, I checked his profile. I always do this. Any hater, any nagger, any like this negative energy when they talk, I like to check their profile. Why? To make sure that what he's saying is right or wrong. I want to make sure. Okay. I checked his profile. You know what was his profile for a year? Posts. What the Lebanese government is doing. How unfair is the situation. Nagging, crying about the situation. That's all it was for a year. And without even checking what I do in my life, what I teach, how many clients I have that are very happy with my coaching, my trainings, Cardone University. They don't check. He didn't even check what I do. Because he's a nagger, he just got intimidated with what I'm asking, what I'm talking about, and he went on attack mode. So see what happens when you nag in your life about your situation. You cannot see any more opportunities. He didn't even he wasn't even like, okay, let me go check this guy, what he's going to teach. He went on attack mode because he cannot even see opportunities anymore. When you nag, when you have a negative language, you cannot see any more opportunities for your future. So take responsibility to increase your income and nothing else. That's in your control. Don't wait others or situations to grow your income. Those are not my words. Those are Cardone words. I just created the PowerPoint from the book, okay? Money never found me when I was complaining about it. People who nag are the most broke. Check around you. Money seems to flow to those who give it the most attention and take the most responsibility. If you want to understand why some people are lucky, you call it lucky. I don't believe in it. Okay, see what they do. Money seems to flow to those who give it the most attention and take the most responsibility. Increase income, sell something, anything. Yeah, I have to find a job. No, don't. Now in your house, isn't there something to be sold? Something old should be sold. I'm sure your parents have things that, or something in the house should be sold. Like if you have kids and the toys they're not using anymore, right? Should be sold. There are many applications now, groups on Facebook, WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, where people are selling stuff. OLX, Amazon, whatever. eBay, right? Or the market. Start asking who will buy this. The main target is not making a profit. The main target is to start believing that you can sell. And you can sell anything. That is very important. That's the first step to be rich. Sell something. Highly advisable. Go work in a job that is commission-based. Because it gets you out of your comfort zone. Real estate, insurance, network marketing, whatever. There are things you can sell other created. You don't need to create it. And this is Grant says it and everybody says it, I'm against that you create a company if you don't know how to sell. You think that you can bring people who sell. Doesn't work. You will not understand this department. You will not understand as a business, no, there's no one businessman who doesn't know how to sell. No businesswoman who doesn't know how to sell herself, himself, or the company. And while you're making good money in your life or successful, they keep on selling opportunities. They keep on buying. They understand selling is what? Communication, professional communication skill. And this is something you should learn. And it brings you confidence, and it brings you more opportunities in life. And you can print money when you know how to sell, not printing as, okay, which means that you decide when to make money because you know how to sell. Okay. So if you are in sales, you have to sell more. That's how you grow your income. So build confidence that you can sell. Don't say you can't. It's a lie. Take that first step and start selling something from the house. You know, you can do a garage sale, anything. Go on the ground and try to sell something, or online, doesn't matter. It's not about the profit at the beginning. It's about you believe that you can sell. Okay. And two, learn, even that, learn how to sell. And this is why I personally promote a lot Cardone University, because it teaches you how to sell and get much better result and be very good in it. So join a network marketing company for its community of people who are focused on growth. Those are Cardone words, not my words. Okay. Don't tell me because I did network marketing before. No, those are Cardone words. Okay. Why? Because there's a community. I personally, that's my experience. This is where I grew my sales skills, selling stuff, doing presentations. I built all the soft skills that any businessman has to build them. And not in my company, but I created my business in a company. But the beautiful part in it, I met a community. How did I know about Robert Kiyosaki? Because of network marketing. Okay. So it's a community of people who are on constant growth journey. And that's a great place to be. And you can find clients if you're selling something there in that community. Okay. So if you're a dentist, you will find a group of people who need to fix their teeth. If you're a makeup artist, you can find people who want to make up. If you're a whatever you do, you will find in a community of people somebody who will pay for your service or your product. Okay. So try to sell there. Focus on always growing your income until you increase your skills. Skills makes you money, not money. Got it? And your valuation in the market is based on the level of your skills. That's how it works. Cash flow is king. That's why I have this hat. Cash flow. Focus on cash flow. Worry about income, not expense. And this, I talked about it in the money mindset training that you can find in my YouTube channel. 90% of your time, you should focus on income. If something, an expense came out of nowhere, you should not worry on that number. You should worry on, oh, okay, I should do more income then. Not lowering my expenses, growing my income. Your problem is not the expenses. Your problem is not the prices rising. Your problem is not the inflation. Your problem is not that the electrician decided to raise the prices. Your problem is not that the house you rent suddenly decided to get the rent higher. Your problem is not that. Your problem is income is not enough. And that's your responsibility. You can learn. You can do it. Anybody can do it. Just ask the people who know how to do it. Okay? Who's got my money? That's the main question you have to ask yourself every day. Who's got my money? You don't need money. You need to connect with those who already collected money. You should remove from your middle class, poor class mindset the sentence, there's no money. Remove it, because it's not true. It's a lie. There's a lot of money in this world. There's no shortage of money in this world. Every year, the banks and central banks around the world print a lot of new money that is distributed in this planet Earth, which means that today, there's more money than yesterday in this world. This year, we will have more money than 2022 in this world, new money. There's a lot. Money is being distributed and printed without a backup even. Like why they are even printing money. There's no backup. They're just the central banks of the world. They just print money and distribute the money for their advantages, of course, but that money is circulating in the world. Now, it's not in your bank and your pocket. That's another question. That's another thing that you have to work on. But I'm trying to make you understand the philosophy and the fact. It's not even philosophy, it's a fact. There's a lot of money in this world. The second question, where is it? Is it in the jungle? Is it in the middle of ocean? Is it buried somewhere? No, it's with people. So if you want money, you ask, who's got my money? Who? Not where. Who? So your job is to connect with people who already collected money. And try to serve them or sell them or whatever, anything that covers a need or a problem. So when you do that, they will be like, okay, I don't need this piece of paper anymore. What you're giving me is more important. They will give you the money or transfer or whatever. Okay. So that's why learning how to sell and selling to people who have the money, they will give it to you. This is how you can make money. Without capital, without investments, you don't need to buy products to sell. There's many affiliate programs. The target is just you learn sales. It's the phase, focus on the phase you are in and not the tool, what you're gonna sell. Don't let your mind now say, yeah, but where, from where, what do I do? Just understand your next step is learn how to sell and be good in it. Sell. Because after that, there's the other steps. Okay? So you don't need money. You need to connect with those who already collected. Yeah, Gary, but in Lebanon, people don't have money. Come on, it's a middle class mindset. Every country, every city, every region, there's people who have money, people who don't have money. There's rich people, there's poor people. There's people who like to learn, there's people who don't like to learn. There's people who nag, there's people who work. There's people who have entrepreneurial mindset, there's people who have employee mindset. There's people everywhere around the world. Don't generalize. Every city, every corner in the world, there is all those. Got it? So your job is to find the people who collected the money. Because honestly, money will not sit down. They will spend it anyway. Why not spend it for you? Anyway, they won't keep it. Money gets bored. He wants to be spent. Check your money, how it goes, right? Oh my God, it's finished fast. Why? Because it gets bored. He wants to go from one person to another. Okay, so start investing all your time on those people in your list. Invest your time on talking to the people in your list of connections you have who have money. Focus your energy on those people who need what you have. Put yourself on people who can buy what you sell, and no time with people who can't or wouldn't. If you spend all your time with people who can't pay you, will end being someone who can't pay. You will end up being someone who can't pay anymore. If I am in a room of 100, I know my target is 5 people. I'll be nice with the rest, but I don't spend time more than 5 minutes. This is the words of Grant. So got it? In any market, you have a target audience. They can be a small percentage. So you need to focus on finding those people, talking to those people. Any market. Stay broke. Grant is saying broke, not poor. That's one of the rules to get rich. Stay broke. First time I heard it, I'm like, what? Let me explain what he says. When money sits around, it gets spent, wasted, and blown. It is like this. Even if you're saving, you don't want to touch it, you will find a reason to spend it. Suddenly you're in love and you take her for a vacation or a great date or a great proposal. Suddenly you spend it on something. Suddenly emergency happens in the family and you're the only one who saved it and it will go. So what Grant is saying, send the surplus to accounts that you can touch for investments on yourself, and that helps to create passive income. What he means is that when you start selling, when you start making some money, you need to put aside an amount that you don't keep it for you, you invest it on yourself to grow your skills and valuation in the market. And that will help you to create passive income. So invest on yourself means your focus is to go up the phases of entrepreneurship. And the phases of entrepreneurship, there's a lot of things to learn. It's a career, it's a journey. So one of the things you should focus on, example, is learning how to sell. So invest on learning how to sell. The second thing is invest on marketing. Be known. Third step can be invest on creating a team, hiring people to work with you. That is an investment on yourself. But the most important investment is investing on you. Any problem, challenge you have, like maybe you need therapy, there are blocks in your head that is stopping you to grow faster. I did that. I invest on that. I invested on going to workshops in USA. Now I'm going to Miami next week, only 3 days. Attend the workshop and come back. You do that? Yeah, I do that. It's even better investment than university, which cost me more. Okay, to find a job. So mainly invest on you. You are the thing that you have control only. So if you don't trust yourself in some things, there is always a solution for it. You should learn it, or somebody, a coach, a mentor, will help you in any area of your life you are thinking that is the real reason why you're not getting better. So you should use that money to invest on yourself before investing on a car or a house. Or the new iPhone. Okay. That is most of the successful people talk about. Grant went to seminars after seminars. I did the same. I spent in my last 10 years more than $100,000 in investing on me. Return on investment is worth it. Okay? Because I have control. If I learn this, I'm in control if I apply or not. I shouldn't give my control to somebody else, the control of my life, my time, my decisions. So this will force you to continue to produce and outwork your earlier results. Mainly staying broke, it means that don't keep money aside. Don't keep it. Invest it on you at the beginning. Second step, invest in your business to grow it. Third step, invest in assets. Don't buy a house and you're living in it and thinking that it's an investment. It's a liability. It's costing you money. Live in rent. And don't worry about the rent. That's not your problem. Your problem is income. Worry about that. What you focus on, you get. Okay, so This will force you to continue to produce and outwork your earlier results. This will help your mind to not go into autopilot mode, which is, it pushes you to stay in comfort zone. If you have money aside, if you have a cushion, money aside, okay, you will relax. And you don't want that if you want to be rich. So that's why it's very important to get rid of it. So what he means is that invest it or in yourself as a first step till you're making enough income to build a business. Then invest it in your business and marketing. And by the way, you're the business. Okay. The other businesses are just tools. The real business is you. So you have to invest on you and invest on your brand. Once those are good, then you can build businesses easily because now you're an attracting person. Opportunities come to you. Okay. So negotiate your expenses. Don't use the extra income to raise your expenses. Trick your mind that everything might go wrong. So push your limits like you are broke. Don't let money trick you. Idea plus hard work by time plus discipline equals success. Discipline. Consistency in actions, persistency with the results, discipline with money got me to success. From 25 to 51, there was no alcohol, parties, showing off, exotic cars, only one watch and almost no vacations. I saved the surplus without knowing what's my next business, preparing myself to expand. Deprive yourself now for financial freedom in the future. Pay the price today so you can pay any price tomorrow. Save to invest, don't save to save. So the first goal is to increase income. Once you start increasing income, you start saving, but save to invest, to get rid of, and not to save for retirement. Middle class mindset, poor class mindset. Okay, that is bullshit, totally wrong, and so wrong. Why? Because the money you're saving now, the valuation of it is going down every day with the inflation. So until you retire, it has not the same value. And by the way, who knows how long you're going to live? Maybe you will live till 95. It's not enough money to say you saved, right? It's not enough money. What you need, that even if you're old, you need cash flow, not save money to rely on. When you start spending your saving for daily expenses, you're in a very bad situation. You need to focus on creating cash flow now, as soon as possible. Cash flow should be your oxygen. That should never stop. If you don't have a cash flow now, mainly because you are scared to push yourself to sell something, to do something different. You're relying, somebody gives you a job. The month that you don't have a job will make your life going backward. You'll be minus suddenly. Why? Because you have to eat. You have to live. Right? There's expenses monthly. So cash flow monthly should be plus, not minus. And don't be lazy about this. You should really push yourself out of your limitations. Whatever it takes, like, okay, find a motivational video on YouTube and motivate yourself. It doesn't matter. Just understand you are in control. Don't nag. You should grow your cash flow as soon as possible. Let me give you my example. Okay, Gary's talking a lot like Grant, I don't know. Let me give you my example, okay? I launched a new business, the licensee business and the coach business last month, okay? I put a target, $10,000 for the first month. And I didn't sleep and I didn't take breaks and I didn't do anything and I didn't go out the weekends until I reached that target. I did it. Actually, I did 9,200. Okay, 9,200, missing 800. But if I didn't put that target and I didn't push myself to do calls, to do after calls, and I was, even though my mind is fighting it, what would this person say? What would this person say? And everything. But I was like, enough, shut up, relax. I got this, I said to my mind. What would happen worse? Always I said, what would happen the worst? So I started calling people because I believe 100% what I'm doing will really serve people. So I did that. Okay. Did I relax? Yeah, 2 days. I went to the Cedars, spent 2 days in the Cedars in the snow. I celebrated my first month and I came back with the second goal, 20,000 this month. Doubling my income in 1 month. Got it? What did I do with the 9,000? I spent them. I have zero in my bank account now. I didn't spend them on clothes and stuff like that and going out. No. I invested in bringing a graphic designer, bringing an assistant, bringing, raise the salary of my manager. Also, I bought new training from Grant Cardone. I sent them because I want to learn, I want to grow. And using some of that money now, going to Miami to attend the workshop. My target now is not what I did. My target now is the new 20,000 and the 40,000 next month. Okay. I worry about the income. And what I did a flyer where I put the target of money, and every day, wherever I close deals, I'm putting minus, minus, minus. I want to see the number in front of me. That's what I want to focus on. I don't want to focus on, like, I really don't know what happened in Lebanon this week and the political situation this world. I have no clue. That's their business. It's not my business. And it shouldn't be your business. All the media and politics are just, it's a business. It's their way of doing business and marketing. They need your attention to make more money. Your job is to be getting attention, the people's attention to you. You cannot live in a cocoon. People should know you. Get out of obscurity. Okay? Investing is how you will get super rich. So let me tell you what Grant did when you reach this phase, which is he was working, putting aside, working, putting aside for the next business, not for retirement. So what he did, he started investing in real estate. He had no clue about real estate, but taking that decision took him out of his comfort zone to study and learn real estate. So he bought his first apartment by those savings. He gave it away, put it in an investment, not to live in it. By the way, until now, Grant Cardone doesn't live in a house that he owns it. He rents it. But he has multiple houses that he rents for other people. Is that right? Well, ask any successful person. They say, your first house should be for renting for others, not for you to live in. Okay, so he did that, and then he saved. He bought another apartment. He saved, which meanwhile he sold his first house, and this is where he saw the big money. Okay, so I should continue doing this. So don't save for black days. You know the sentence? I'm going to say it in Arabic because the majority are here in Arabic. Okay, keep the money, the white money for the black days. Okay, don't do that. Cash flow will save you from black days. The income that you create monthly, the machine that you create, it's not your saving that will help you in black days. That will be a very black day if your saving went for a problem. Okay, so example how I want you to think. Something broke in the car. It happens, right? For some people, it's a disaster when that happens because they're living paycheck to paycheck. What you should think at that moment is like, okay, I should get more money now. Got it? I should get more money now to fix the car. Okay, what's the solution? Selling. Sell things. Okay? Significant wealth creators make big plays, not little ones. You must have surpluses of cash and confidence. I invest in a jet to buy time, and it puts me faster in front of qualified customers. See why he bought a jet, Grant? He didn't buy it for... You see things from on YouTube and everything, you'll be like, he's showing off with his jet. Look why he bought the car. You never asked him. You never learned. You didn't study him. I studied him. He got the jet so he can be faster with high quality customers, in front of high quality customers, so he get more sales. He goes in the other state, does the deal, and comes back to Miami with his own jet. Of course, to do that, that deal should be bigger than the fuel that it takes to go that trip and come back. So that's what he does. That's why he got the plane. Okay? So, multiple flows of income. That's the next step. Today, I have 50 streams of income from 5 different companies. And this is when he wrote the book, I think, 5 years ago. Now he has much more different companies. Okay? He has 10x Health, 10x Media, 10x many things. Okay, you can go on grantcardone.com and see all his businesses. So biggest mistake people do is walking away from the current one. Again, biggest mistake people do is walking away from the current one, whatever income is you're doing now. Next mistake is moving to secondary flows that are not similar to the first, and then being unable to give both proper attention. If you start selling something, use it to supplement your first flow until at some time in the future, you can step away from it and never miss it or have someone else manage it for you. Last but not least, what's the time? Okay, we're good. Repeat, reinforce, and hyper focus. You can be a millionaire if you're hyper focused on the steps before. You will have to give up something or many things. It is a road with challenges. First, give up your middle class mind. Second, give up what everyone else thinks is fun. While others are taking weekends and holidays, I was preparing for success. First sign you are on your way is when people around you question why you are working so hard. Don't feel bad they are saying that. Be proud. Oh, I had a lot of people like that in my journey. Many will try to convince you it's not worth it. Many will tell you you are brainwashed. Many will try and tell you you have to choose or this or that. They will question how much you really want this. They will put you in tests. I don't know if you believe in God, if you believe in anything, but those are tests from above also. You really want? Is it really a must or a choice to be successful? Okay, you can, but is it a choice or a must? The world will test you. Okay, why? Because majority are not doing that, and when you decide to be different from the small percentage of people, why? By the way, 80% of rich people started from zero. So remove that mindset that parents, they call them the first generation of rich. Okay, 80%. If nobody hates what you're doing, nobody knows what you're doing. So you will have haters. Grant is letting you know from now. Okay, you will have people who are gonna attack you because you're fighting their insecurities. You touch their insecurities because they are not working on growth. deep down they know they can, but they're not doing. So they will feel insecure. Okay. So while others are taking, okay, first sign we read that, many will try to convince you it's not worth it. So one of the things you have to do also, as we mentioned many times, is self-improvement. You will be aware you are short on skills. Once you start moving forward in the journey of success, you will realize you might be in a comfort zone where you are now, or everything is good. But when you push yourself to do uncomfortable things, you will realize, oh my God, I can talk like that guy. I can talk like that girl. I'm not confident like that person. Oh, I don't know how to communicate. Oh, I don't know how to close deals. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you will lack skills. You will realize that very fast. I personally, that happened to me. I was excited to start a business online, a journey where I can sell things internationally in 2010. The first 3 calls I did, I sucked in it. And I stopped calling because it was very uncomfortable. I had people on the phone laughing at me. And I stopped and I realized I really don't know how to do this. And many people rely on excitement as the only source to sell. You're excited about something, you go and throw out everything you're excited about. And people don't like that. Communication, professional communication means understanding the other person, understanding their needs, their wants, and then communicate accordingly. So Grant is saying, I knew little about connecting to people, network, communicate, build rapport, and how little confidence I had. I personally shouldn't be successful. The person I was before the age of 26, personally, me, Gary, shouldn't even do this call. Like, I was so afraid of camera. Okay, I was so, like, even because I'm sure you realize I did many English grammar mistakes in this call, and I don't care. You're getting the point, right? So that was a block for me to not do a training like this. There's room for improvement, of course. I will take English classes, but for now, I'm focusing on income. Okay, so I knew little about connecting to people. Okay, I didn't know how to sell. Grant didn't know how to sell. I didn't know how to sell. Market, promote, build value, negotiate, close deals, follow up. I couldn't handle disappointment and rejection and how money really works. Good news, you can learn it. And I have the best university he created. So everything he didn't know, Grant, he learned it, applied it, it worked, he created a university for it. I started investing in myself. I committed to learn and study. I hated to read, so I took a course how to study. You understand what he did? He hated to study. That was a block. That's a challenge. What did he do? He bought a course how to study. So every problem you have, somebody else already created a solution. And you're lucky you're in the internet world now, generation. We're not generation of before internet. Everything, any problem you have, there's somebody who created solution online, you will find it. And that solution will be worth a lot. The mind will tell you, you can't, you don't know, you can't, you don't know, you can't, forget it, you can't. Go search, you will find, and the mind, yeah, sorry, I was wrong. It's okay. So all you need is that knowledge and keep on learning, keep on every day learning something. If you don't learn every day, you are at risk because things are changing. AI is coming, replacing many jobs, many people, replacing even industries. Okay, so you need to keep on growing. Most of my time was on bringing income. The rest of my time was on self-improvement and building the skills. That's what Grant did. Confidence came after those steps, and I felt very good about myself. Your change will be a threat for others. Your change will be a threat for others. to their unwillingness to self-improve. And they will fight you. Okay? It happened to me. So the most important, start your self-development journey. I started at the age of 26. Grant started at the age of 25. Okay? Invest in yourself. Change your environment, friends and family. That's one of the investments you have to do. It doesn't cost money. I'm not telling you change your family. Who will adopt me? No, I'm not saying that. But stay away. Spend less time. Spend less time if they don't want to grow. That's what I did, honestly. Spend less time. Give the time once a week. Whatever the time they deserve. But spend less time. Okay? Friends, I personally, in my start of the personal development journey, I changed my friends. I gave them only Saturday night, the old friends who care only about having fun. Okay? I gave them Saturday night. Saturday night, I'm with you guys. Invest your part-time, guys. That's one of the keys. You need to reach up, which means that you need to have friends who are in better quality, make better than you, because you will become like them. People around you will affect you on autopilot mode. The mind will collect everything they are saying. I call it poison. Whenever I hear negativity around me, it's like somebody giving me poison. I have to run away. Okay? Make a list of the people who are interested in personal growth, active in charities, who invest time to improve the quality of their lives and are not just complaining all the time. Make a list of those people and spend time with them. Even though you're very far from them, ask them, what are you doing? I want to meet you. You see somebody on social media that interests you, you want to be like him or her, send a message. Can we meet? Can we go on a call? I need to learn some things from you. You inspire me. That's your control, right? That's in your control. It's not a wow thing that you can't do it. That's in your control. Grab as much friends who inspire you. Let them know you. Tag them and stuff. Let them know you exist. 1, 2, 3 times you share what they are doing and they're like, oh, this person, let me meet him. And then say, I really want to meet you. I want to learn from you. Okay? There's one guy younger than me, guys. He's much younger than me. Okay? I follow him on Instagram. Like, he has some mindset that is different than me. I can feel it. So I sent him a message. I'm traveling to Miami after a week. I really want to meet you before. What your strengths are my weaknesses. I want to meet you. He said, sure. Much younger than me. But I found something that is in him is inspiring me. And I want to sit with him to understand how he thinks, how he takes his decisions, what he's focusing on. See, those are I will invite him for a lunch and I will pay the bill as much as it is. I don't care because I need his mindset. I need his decision-taking mindset. Okay? That's investing in yourself. If you know a rich person, please invite them to food. That's one of the best $200 you will put in your life. Sitting minimum 1 hour with a rich person. That's investing on yourself. Invest on learning from millionaires, books, trainings, universities, anything. Not university that we know, online universities. Okay? Make a list of the people who are interested in the person. We talked about that. Go get them. Go to conferences, meetings, join mastermind groups, networking events. Check the next networking events in your country, in your city, and just go. Go meet people who are doing better than you. That's an investment on yourself. Yeah, but it costs $100. You're going to spend it anyway on something else. Priority is you. Okay? Don't spend time and money on things, toys, holidays, or moments. Invest on the surest investment of all, you. Borrow money if you have to. but investing on yourself, it's something let me explain. Grant says it like this: invest on yourself. If you think invest on yourself, attending one workshop a year, that's not investing on yourself. That should be every month you're going to a workshop, at least online or offline. Okay, that programming is much stronger. Old programming, you have to remove it. That's one of the most investment you have to do. And when you become a millionaire, send me a message, Grant Cardone. I will send it this year to him. Okay, so one thing I want to show you what Grant created. And this is why I got excited to invest with him. I got excited to even be a representative of his trainings, his programs, okay? And I saw this vision and what he's doing, and I'm like, I'm going to turn this vision into a slide. And I did this. I asked it from my graphic designers to do it. And if you want to know how to get rich, this is the phases you have to go through, and you have to be honest which phase you are in. Again, this is not the phases based on which position you are in your life now. It's who you are and what it takes to be in this position. I'm going to explain. You can take this picture and really think about it, really understand it. Take a screenshot. Phases of entrepreneurship. What Grant did, he created a program based on the phase you are in, so you can move up the ladder of entrepreneurship. Number one, if you're in this phase as a person, you should be honest with yourself, okay? This is my phase, and you will know what to focus on. No income or salary, they are the same in entrepreneurial journey, okay? They are the same. Why? Because both of them, they don't have business mindset. So everything red here, everything white is the phase. The red ones are what to learn. So you jump a phase. So you graduate from this phase. Okay. So you need to learn and have a business mindset. You have to invest on that, reprogram the mind to business mindset, and master the road to sales, which is learning the sales process and mastering it, and have a script ready that you use it every time in your life. Okay. So master the road to sales, the philosophies of sales, the tactics of sales, the techniques, be a master of it. Okay. Once you do that, you won't need a job anymore. You don't need a salary anymore. You will become a self-employed, where you print the money as much as you want based on the meetings you take. You should fill your calendar with meetings. You should fill your calendar with clients. Okay. So how can you learn those? Grant Cardone created Cardone University Individual, where they teach you business mindset and master the road to sales. He created also coaches, mentor coaches, which that's who I am. Okay. I can help you in that, so that we can create the whole script based on what you decided to sell, what you want to do. And I can help you in that. And because of my experience, also 13 years in network marketing, and also in the last 6 years, I was able to create a big team around the world with total sales volume, more than $13 million in the last 6 years. Okay. I have experience also other than what I learned from Grant. So you get double support. Okay. So sales execution workshop also we do at the end of this phase, where you master the sales. We created the scripts and everything is ready. You can have sales as you want. Okay. Income as you want. Next step is self-employed. And self-employed, if you're a self-employed, you are a self-employed. And that's not like you decided to be self-employed. It's not like let's say you opened an Instagram account, business account, or opened a website, or just created a startup. Doesn't mean you are a self-employed. Okay. If you didn't master sales, you're still not a self-employed. You're somebody not independent. You're dependent that somebody gives you capital. You're dependent that somebody gives you salary. You're dependent that somebody gives you an opportunity. You're dependent that somebody gives you a client. You're not in control. Once you know how to sell, you mastered it, you're in control. You don't need a capital. Got it? If your calendar is not filled with meetings with clients, then you need to focus on that first instead of hiring employees. Great. 2, self-employed. You are there. What you need to do is raise your valuation in the market. Raise your income. How do you do that? By making yourself known, which is invest in marketing. This is where you invest on people who help you on your social media, on the marketing agency, beautiful pictures, great videos on YouTube, I don't know what, being a sponsor in events. I don't know, just let people know about your company or you. Okay? You should be more known. What happens when you do that? You can raise the prices. You can raise the prices for the same effort, for the same 7 days a week, for the same 24 hours a day. You will make more money for the same effort you were doing. Why? You are known. So in the same time, you have to learn money mindset. Why? Because there's a very bad programming about money in our mind. We should remove it. You're making money here. You should study it well. Okay? So that's why. What did Cardone create so you learn marketing and money mindset? He created Cardone University, big university, where there's everything about whatever you need to become a businessman. You will graduate as a businessman, businesswoman. And there's a mentor coach also, me, okay, who will help you in that. Marketing execution workshop. That's a workshop for 2 days about everything marketing. And also business bootcamp. It's a 3 days workshop where the first day they talk about money, second day about sales, and third day is about marketing. Cardone believes, and all his team believes, and I totally agree, that alone, if you master sales and master marketing, you can make more than $200,000 a year. Only if you master those two. Okay? 3, company with team. So you have clients more than time. What you need? A team. So you start, hey, I need help. This is when you hire people. So you hire people, but what happened in this journey before, in the step 1 and step 2, whatever was working, you should document it. So that when you hire people, it should be easy to duplicate what was working with you, so that people start replacing you. So everything should be documented. It shouldn't take a lot of your time to prepare a team to be independent. So it should be documented. And also in this time, you need to learn how to communicate with team members, work as a team, which means you have to learn leadership, not a boss. And also should learn how to recruit also. And to do that, Cardone created the corporate university as a system for the sales team, and also leadership and scaling workshops. And also, of course, in the university, there's trainings about this, how to build a team, how to do sales meetings, how to do group meetings, how to recruit people, everything is there. Now, after that, the target after that should be becoming a big company, and a big company that is deep independent from you and not dependent of you. And this is something that the majority of the society doesn't talk about entrepreneurship. What I learned from successful people, they talk about this and they work for it. And that's one of their goals, that the company works without them. And this is where you need systems. Systems should work and not you. So we implement systems, management, choosing the right people in management, and scaling. And here, Cardone team created the venture, 10x Ventures, which is a 360 program to help businesses who reach more than 200,000 a year, turn them into $1 million companies. with business advisors who are successful businessmen who sold millions of dollars their companies and now are helping others to do the same. And then when you make this extra money, you are free. So mainly you invest that money in assets. Also, there's trainings, where to invest, learn how to invest. There has also Cardone Capital, where you invest your money in his investments. You get a passive income. Or also you can learn from his real estate experience, real estate workshops, real estate clubs that he has, where you can also learn how to become very good in real estate investment, because the super rich is where you can become. Okay. And you can repeat this, what I'm showing you, in different companies. Okay. It's the same. But as a person, you are that person. You are an investor when you already created a big company. You are a company with a team. You are a self-employed. You are no income or salary. It's a character, it's skills, it's knowledge that puts you in the phase and not your position. Okay. And what you need is the missing information and the skills to move up this ladder. And I can help you in that. Okay. So that's it for today. Exactly. I have 2 hours and I finished it 6 minutes ago. Great. So I love you all. If you need more information how to start your journey of entrepreneurship, or you have already an entrepreneur and you are struggling a little bit, you need this information more, I can help you, I can support you. Let me know. I don't need your money. I need your results. That's what I really want. Why? Because your story will make me more money. Okay. So let's talk. Bye-bye.